Oh yeah, I mean early on, Renekton should definitely have the advantage in this matchup, but this is a bit of a Broken Blade special. Domestically, it's one of his highest win rate champions, and it's just something that a lot of teams were very afraid to give this freeze. In fact, Inspired might look for a wraparound, because there's no vision on the bot side, so Broken Blade in a lot of danger.
Yeah, looking a little bit dicey here as the counter-strike comes in. The Flash W is going to connect as the Grandmaster's might is not mighty enough, and first blood goes over to Whippo on this Crocodile.
After Broken Blade loses all that farm as well, just beautifully done from FlyQuest as they've now already built up about a 500 to 600 gold lead.
Or getting first item Nashers.
Oriana gets first rotate, but the Varus is nowhere near. I mean, Scumon's happy with one. He doesn't have to overcommit to anything else. They've denied the 3 grubs, and so small advantage that G2 will be happy with.
And that is going to be both of them picked up, so...
So they know Inspired is around here.
God is going to have his ultimate very, very soon, but they know the timer, and it looks like G2 are just going to be able to burn this one down. So evening up the Dragons, grabbing themselves their first neutral objective of the game as well. And it's a Cloud Soul.
There's Azir in the side lane, and that's just, it's so problematic. Broken Blade, meanwhile, as you can see on screen, they're going for the 2v1.
Yeah, Whippo, this is going to be a difficult one to deal with, especially with the Rob turning up. That flash not going to help, and Whippo is going to be taken down. Oh dear, throwing the first briefcase. As we've got a bit of a problem for Caps as the depth charge comes through. Flash comes down, but the answering anchor is fantastic. Busio will be traded, though. Gorgeously played by Caps to make sure it's a 1-for-1. As we can see, Inspired in the area, though. Glacial Prison in hand. So we have a look at the comparison here between our top laners. Speaking of top laners, it's going to be Quad playing defensively here. Getting rid of Broken Blade yet again means Emperor's Divide is going to be off cooldown for any potential fights as he just leaps back in once more. This is a little dicey. There's the counter-strike to come on through. Decent stun coming on in there as Broken Blade does at least get the flash out from Quad. And he makes it to the safety of his turret.
Exactly. It took him a while to get there, but he did, in fact, get there.
Yep, teleport is available here from Broken Blade, so it can be a 5v5. As there's the anchor connecting. Glacial Prison goes down as well. Decent chain CC as the Shockwave is decent as well. It's massive damage, but it's G2 coming out on top.
Han Sama just melts through that double front line there.
Oh dear, Caps might be in a little bit of trouble as the curtains have been called. The last shot comes through and Masu will be able to nail it, evening out the kills. Still, that last play putting G2 back into touching distance once more.
I mean, FlyQuest don't waste any time. They get back out on the map, they find a big pick, and now Scumon sets his sights on bot.
Yeah, Quad actually gritting a little bit to make sure that he gets this turret, and Emperor's Divide comes down, but there's a spell shield, and Scumon says what? And once again, it is going to be Quad going down.
Robbed as well, because it looked like Quad was going to get away to safety. But that's a tower going to be secured by Whippo, and so FlyQuest will hold on to the gold lead. When we look at the bottom of our screen, all of the gold lead really is sitting on Whippo. And so far, in that last fight, he got shut down so quickly. Han Sama's continuing to ramp up in terms of itemization. Another tower secure.
Okay, will go down as the minions do deal with it. Han Sama holding Inspired in place. Does have the dominance to get that extra health, but Caps, he will be able to push away this Renekton, and now without all of that power and money in this fight, it could be difficult here for FlyQuest as G2 still going to be pressured away, and it will be the Dragon going down. Whippo going to be stopped as well. That back not going to come through. We'll see whether they can get a dent onto this turret, and with the Rift Herald, they will be able to.
Yeah, G2, they have to respect FlyQuest.
Oh no, another one, and this time the Magnustorm comes in. Whippo has to flash, gets himself out of there. Shelly gets a headache, and will be able to take this one down. Scumon stands in front of the hook, and Busio has to cleanse, gets himself out of the way. Oh, the Emperor's Divide moves Scumon away from him, still able to get the kill, but now the curtains have been called. First bullet, second bullet, third going to miss, the fourth one lands, but it's eaten by Lebrov, and he's going to be just fine. G2 limp away. Burning down so incredibly quickly. Mundu is very, very good at doing a lot of extra damage to these, as Busio not going to quite hit the anchor. As can they get to steal? The answers no. Whippo taking a fair bit of damage as Broken Blade is now so dangerous, but Whippo still able to get that work done with this dominance, but it's in fact the redemption that helps out. And down goes Quad as well, and it looks like FlyQuest not quite making this one happen as G2 just moved forward. Mundo is indeed doing exactly what he pleases, as that cleanse, that ain't gonna help you, buddy, as Skirmish does have a lot of paperwork to do, and he's in the way.
On the side lane, the mid tower is gonna fall, and this game is getting out of control as G2 grow the gold lead.
G2 just take over at the Otacon, grabbing it and all of this gold. What a massive, massive swing.
This is pretty amazing. We have to remember as well, this game, you go to top 8.
Had a chance to join. He was walking all the way from base, but let's get back to live.
Yeah, we got another battle here as Broken Blade will find another counter-strike. It only hits onto one, but it's so difficult to kill this. Jax, he just dives on top of Masu. I think he's gone too far, though. Does get the redemption, and what the heck is this? Jax still gets shut down. And that was looking frightening, and he was very alone. Commitment onto any of these fights. Skirmish just standing in that front line. There's the flash forward, and where did he go? Master just explodes thanks to the shockwave, and now an exhausted Quad is just gonna fly his way out.
It's clean, and G2 are playing with confidence. It feels like this game is slipping so far away from FlyQuest. Their options are becoming limited, and
to make it into quarterfinals, and they're doing it with Skirmish on his Mundo. Well, the rest of the team here going at Busio again.
Yeah, looking for a bit of an angle there, but Leap Strike does get Broken Blade over the wall. They will be okay, as Nevermind, Inspired, looking for an angle. Deadly Flourish comes down, another curtain call to come in here as Skirmish flashes himself away. Busio's dead once again, though. The last bullet, not quite enough, but Quad does have the follow-up damage. It's a trade of supports. For now, the flash forward from Inspired. He thinks he's found the angles. Blipper just flashes on top. Hans is going to fall down for the first time in this game, and now this Crocodile is doing what he wants instead of the Mundo as they escort G2 out of the river. Here is, yeah, if Quad's doing damage to this, it's going down very, very quickly. And so is Skirmish, as we can see here. He's just a health bar, and this is Nash's and that Leandri's completed. Busio makes his way back. Broken Blade wants to get in here, but this Baron is going down so incredibly quickly. They have vision, but they have no one in the area, and it's FlyQuest that take the first Baron. Zero is doing so much work.
this game could still very much go either way. The Baron has bought a lot of time for FlyQuest. The hook.
Yeah, hook to come on through there as Busio starts off the fight. Glacial Prison is good as well to hold down this front line. The last bullet this time is not going to land as we have fights on multiple fronts. The counter-strike to interrupt the teleporters. Lebrov will be able to get himself to relative safety. And now it's G2 trying to turn this one around because Bwipo is so much of what allows FlyQuest to win these fights, and he was denied. Just nullifying, that does put G2 back in a decent advantage, and now Soul Point on the line. Cloud Soul could be a big deal for either of these teams, and man, this goes down fast. 3 items now completed here for Hans Sama with this on-hit Varus build. He's found instead as Lebrov gets into that brush, clears out the control ward. And G2 now with the upper hand as Broken Blade wanting to sneak in once again. Bwipo slices to get out of there, and Quad has to get out as well. Busio starting off the fight, gets the double knockup, but Skirmish is so tanky. Not tanky enough, this Azir is just going front to back. As now Broken Blade with the counter-strike is going to be able to help take down Bwipo. The hook is going to not land, but the Magnet Storm is gorgeous. Not enough to do all the damage, and Busio somehow got in there, but look at the Emperor's Divide. Down goes Broken Blade, the curtain call as well to slow down Lebrov. G2 still with some players alive, but these health bars are so low, and FlyQuest come out on top. And FlyQuest get another go with the Rebel Baron power play.
That is absolutely insane.
His divide was just gorgeous from Quad. As we're right into another team fight as now Bwipo having to use that Q to try and get his health bar back, but Hans Sama's just going to shut him down. The Deadly Flourish as well is trying to work out, but Broken Blade stays alive. The Emperor's Divide is gigantic, and BB will go down. The Azir is taken as well, and G2 straight out of the replay, straight putting FlyQuest into the death chamber.
Caps goes on a rampage. He finds such a huge shockwave with the help of Lebrov. G2 may well have done it. There's only Inspired left to try and defend the base, but after 3 long years, I think Europe is back at the quarterfinals.
It was looking like it was going to happen again. It was going to look like North America could deny them one more time, but it's the top 8 in the eyes of G2 as they look to take down these Nexus turrets. The Nexus, the next to go down, and the Baron curse for North America is their bane, and G2 say thank you very much.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.